Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jeanette Martin of MYBC Consulting, and today we are having another session of Where in the World is W5 Story. Yes, so today I'm really excited because the person we're going to find out her story falls underneath the connection part of the 3 C's of MYBC Consulting, which is connections, collaborations, and community. So without further ado, and thank you. You might notice I got a little bit of change in my my background. I'm over I'm over on the Sunshine Coast visiting a friend. So this is the beautiful part about your W5 story. As long as you have internet, you can go anywhere. So that's where I am today. So without further ado, who are you?
Hey everyone, my name is Megan Andersen. I am the very proud owner of Rogue Bookkeeping. Super happy to be here with you guys.
So what are some of the who hats that you wear? So being a business owner is one. So what are some of the other who's that are in your life?
Just in my life, so obviously business owner and everything that involves. It is just me. I'm a one-man or one-woman show. But other than that, I am a rescue dog mommy. Well, actually I guess he's my step fur baby because my boyfriend adopted him years before we got together. Now it's our fur baby. I used to be a very proud horse owner. Unfortunately, he passed away a few years ago, but for 20 plus years, I was a equestrian and will eventually get back into that when time allows. And honestly, the business who kind of takes up all of my life right now, which is a good thing because it means I'm very busy. But that is who I am right now. That is all encompassing.
Okay, so in that, I like to call it a who hat, and during these sessions, sometimes it feels like you've been to Dr. Seuss Whoville by the end of this.
That did come to mind, yeah.
Yes. And you know what? Everybody needs to add more who's to their lives, and this is what the beautiful part of these W5 stories are. So in that who hat of being a business owner, what are some things you do?
I guess first off and most importantly is client management and relations. I work very hard to be very collaborative with my clients. I want them to feel like we are a team working to make their business a success. So a lot of it is just communication with clients. I also wear the marketing hat. I do my own bookkeeping, which I am one of the ones that is guilty of letting it fall behind.
So that falls under, I think that's called physician heal thyself.
Yeah. Yep. I'm absolutely one of those people that gets it. So like when new clients come to me and say, oh my God, I'm behind by 4 or 5 months. I'm like, it's okay. I get it. And then, I'm also, in charge of, what are the other aspects? I mean, like social media management. I'm always looking for like new apps and like productivity management tools that can help streamline everything. And then I actually pass those along to clients in my quarterly newsletter and share them on social media. And I think like that's most of it. A lot of my time's just spent doing my job. Like I actually have not been spending a lot of time working on my business. I've been working at my business, which is a great thing for a relatively new company. So pretty proud and happy with that.
So what would be an ideal client for you?
So I haven't niched down, like I don't specialize in any one industry over another. I do have clients, like I've got plumbers, construction, somebody who makes dog collars, property management. They're all over the place. So in terms of an ideal client, it's a bit more of a personality fit. It's somebody that wants to grow their business and, whether that means that they want monthly reports and wants to go through the monthly reports and we want to do a budget and a cash flow forecast and really stay on top of the numbers, or if that means that they want to be hands off and just throw everything at me and only wants to know if there's like, I see a red flag or I see somewhere where like, okay, you're spending a lot of money on, say, your cell phone bill as an example. Mm-hmm. And I say, I know we can get that lower for you. and then I let them know and we have a conversation. So you can be as involved as you want. Like my ideal client is somebody who, I guess, values my time, values their time, and knows, and gets to a point where they can trust me and know that I'll tell them when they need to like do something. Yeah.
So the next one, because we've kind of defined that client, is where do you do what you do?
Well, I'm kind of like you with the W5 story. I mean, I can do this from anywhere as long as I've got decent internet. So, and especially because of COVID, prior to that, I was meeting a lot of people in person. I was going to clients' offices, and then COVID hit, and all of a sudden it's a mad scramble to switch everything to 100% online so that there's no loss of service or quality of service. And we found that there doesn't need to be. There's apps out there you can get a subscription to. There's ways around it that you can do it for free, either through like a Dropbox or OneNote, and there's ways to make it work that works best for the client and how they work, and works with what I've got the tools I have available to me. And now, we're opening up a bit more. I am going back to like clients' offices. But, I also feel like I can go, like my partner is a geologist and he travels a lot for work. So sometimes I go with him, pack up a laptop, a couple notebooks, and I can work from wherever.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So when did you decide that this is what business you wanted to go in? Because earlier you said this is a relatively new business for you. So when was that when moment for you that you decided this?
There was a couple when moments. So the first one was in high school. I took an accounting course and everything made sense to me. It came naturally to me. I completely understood everything. And then after high school, I got scared and I had to get a job to, pay for the horse and pay for rent. So that was a challenge, and I couldn't afford to go to school for a while. And I also I didn't want to take that risk. And then a few years ago, I didn't like where my career was headed. It wasn't a career, it was just a job. And then the horse, passed away from old age. And I suddenly didn't have to pay a lot of money in board every month or vet bills, and could afford to go back to school. So I went back to what I know, what I like, and what I'm confident in. And I got a certificate in bookkeeping. I found a job working for another bookkeeper and got that kind of mentorship and experience. And then I struck out on my own in January, a couple months before COVID hit. So, I know for a lot of people that COVID hit and business stopped or slowed down, and I've actually been very lucky and nothing slowed down. I'm almost operating at 100% capacity. I'm starting to plan for hiring an employee before the end of the year. I've been very fortunate.
When did you decide the name? These are my two questions that kind of springboard out. When did you decide on the name? And then when you sent me your logo, I want to say, when did you decide to use, is that a squid or an octopus in the art?
It is a kraken.
Oh, it's a who?
It's a kraken. So I'm a mythology buff. I love it. I love the stories. I love mythological creatures. I don't know if you can really see, that's a massive dragon on my arm. So I decided on Rogue Bookkeeping because I wanted to be a bit different. I mean, I got the purple hair, I got the tattoos. I'm a weirdo and I love it. So I wanted to be a little bit different in the traditional bookkeeping role, because for most people, when you think of a bookkeeper, you think of a boring, gray, dull accountant type. You don't think purple hair, weirdo. I'm the type who, for first client meeting, if we can go and grab a glass of wine at a winery and sit on a patio, I am the happiest person in the world. And for me, with that sense of difference and wanting to connect with clients on a personal level, rather than saying I specialize in plumbers, or I work in the construction industry, or, I work on like trust accounts, and like I do all those things, but I don't want to just do those things. I want to work with people who want that team environment, who want that connection, I want them to feel like they can call up and chat and say, hey, how's your day going? Can we talk about my books? And absolutely. And so that's kind of why Rogue came about. It just kind of stuck with me and I just ran with it. And then for the logo, like my logo is an actual Kraken. For those of you who haven't seen it, it's like a Kraken. It's purple because purple.
Yeah.
And it's wrapped around the R in Rogue Bookkeeping. And then I have a smaller version of that logo where you can just see the tentacles peeking out around the R. And the smaller version is just RBK for Rogue Bookkeeping. And that just was something that stuck in my head. And again, I just ran with it. My partner has a friend that draws, and I threw some money at him and I said, please, can you do this for me real fast? And he did it. I love it. And it's just stuck. I feel like I like it as a logo because it's memorable. It leaves an impression.
Very much so.
So it's just, I really went and threw my personality into it, and it's worked, I hope.
No, it's definitely very memorable, because when I was doing the posting to let everybody know that you were coming on, I really looked at your logo and I'm like, oh, like immediately what comes to my mind is you've got lots of tentacles. And that means you can wrap yourself. You got lots of different avenues that you can help your clients. So that will lead to the last question. And this is, I would say, often say that this is the BS eliminator, is when someone is able to say, why do you do what you do?
So I do bookkeeping because I'm good at it. And not to sound conceited or, ego or anything. It's something that makes sense to me. And I know that for a lot of people, you're either tend to be a words person or a numbers person. And if you're a words person and the numbers don't make sense to you, that is a lot of stress. And I grew up in an entrepreneurial house. My dad's had a ton of small businesses in different industries like seafood, lithium ion batteries. Right now he's doing industrial air conditioning units for like semi trucks and forklifts and stuff. And he's been all over the place, but he's been successful at it. And I grew up knowing that kind of mentality and knowing how much stress wearing each hat can be. And understanding like it is hard to give up an aspect of your business, that control, to somebody else and say, I need you to do this for me. I need to free up that time. I need this off my shoulders. And I get that that's hard. So for me, being able to help and even just being a small part of somebody else's company and they're helping them achieve their success and their dreams is really cool. I love that. For me, that's why I do this.
Oh, I love that. And as a small business person myself and an entrepreneur, it was about 2 years ago, and it took a while because I met you through Connect Now on business networking, to find that person, because your numbers are so personal and they're so close, and to find that right fit. And once I gave that away, it was so not gave it away, gave it to somebody who cared. It so alleviated opportunities for me to do this, to shine. I'm definitely a words person and a connector in this life. So thank you so much, Megan, for sharing your W5 story. Once this is up in the comments, we'll make sure that Megan puts all her information in there as well. As you all know, I believe we are born with a blank set of encyclopedias. And when I'm able to have somebody's W5 story in my set of encyclopedias as I build my life and my business, I'm able to give that volume away when I know somebody that needs to have a who. So thank you once again so much, Megan from Rogue Bookkeeping. Tune in next Monday at 1 o'clock. I'm going to be doing another Where in the World is W5 story. So enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. And thank you so much from the Sunshine Coast.
Bye. Thank you so much, Jeanette.